So what can a virtual assistant actually do? Yesterday, I talked about what is a virtual assistant, and that started to give hopefully a bit more perspective around this. And today I'm going to talk a little more specifically about what they can do. So remember, just to recap this idea, a virtual assistant is a smart person. When I say smart, I'm thinking smart, competent, learns quickly, resourceful, flexible, proactive. This is the dream virtual assistant. So when you're thinking about what can a virtual assistant do, there is almost a question like, what can a smart person do? Sometimes it's a question of finding the right person. And it depends. It depends what they've done before. It depends what they know well. It depends what they're naturally gifted at. And a huge one for entrepreneurs is the slightly reframed question: what tasks could be taken off you to allow you to accelerate forward in your business? Because that's what a lot of us want. We want to accelerate forward faster, have more success faster. That's something that we, are very motivated by. It's not an easy thing to run a business. And one of the huge things that can hold entrepreneurs back are repeat tasks that you are doing over and over again. This will vary from business to business, but it might involve day-to-day operations, day-to-day customer services, relentless social media content creation, relentless lead generation and sales pressure. For property investors, real estate investors, it is often the endless loop of finding great deals, analyzing those deals, viewing lots of properties, putting offers in, chasing the offers, etc. And that's before it's even, have your property up and running, where you may have different pressures of tenant queries or guest queries if you've got an Airbnb model, all these things, and they're very time consuming. They're not hugely complex, but they're very time consuming. I mentioned that specifically because we do work with quite a lot of property investors. I've done property investing myself in the past, and I actually started in business leveraging virtual assistants to help me with my property investing business. Having said that, today they probably represent about 50% of our clients, and the other 50% are quite diverse businesses. So we work with coaches and influencers. We've worked with fitness people, PR people, fashion people, digital marketing people, toy companies, you name it. We really are here to support a variety of small business. So the day-to-day tasks that are bogging you down, holding you back in business will vary depending on your business model. So with that in mind, it can be a little bit difficult when people come to me and say, what can the virtual assistant do for me? Because I need to reflect that back in the mirror and say, what are you busy with all day? What are your repeat tasks? What is it that's holding you back from being able to move forward and spend more time, like on sales or social media or lead gen or strategy, or the things that you need to be spending time on for your business to move forward? But once you start to identify what those tasks are for your business, the next question really to ask is, can those tasks be broken down into small bite-sized steps? And assuming that you find a virtual assistant who is competent, who is switched on, who learns quickly, can they be taught those small steps and to take on those tasks for you? And if the answer is no, why not? What's the skill gap? What we sometimes think as entrepreneurs is we're the only person in the universe who can do this, or we're the only person in the universe who cares. Neither of those things is true. So, if it's something very highly specialist, if you do have an extremely specialist skill, if you are an industry expert in something very, very complex and you give advice around it, that's not that easy for a VA to take on. But if you have great templates with your expertise for commonly asked questions, you can package those up into little videos or articles or a mixture of both, and you could have VAs send them out on your behalf. when they recognize, these questions coming up over and over again. So that's an example of a process where a VA could assist and your expertise is packaged if it is more complicated. But with a lot of these things, it's not that complicated, and the VA just needs to be taught how to deal with different types of tasks, how to deal with different scenarios. And as I said, if they're smart and switched on, there shouldn't be too much of a barrier to that. So that is often the sweet spot for entrepreneurs, the repeat tasks, the tedious, draining ones, the ones that are usually not so enjoyable for us. We feel our energy heavier because it's not the kind of the flow of creating new things, of moving the business forward in the way that excites us. And so those are the tasks that we often want to be letting go of for a variety of reasons. They suck up our time, they suck up our energy, they suck up our enjoyment. And if you've never taken the time to sit down and document what those tasks are for you and how long they take you, then you need to be doing that. Because if you identify that those tedious tasks take up even an hour of your day, a lot of us entrepreneurs, if we get an hour a day back, it's a golden hour. It's so great to get time back. And that's just a relatively small amount of time. What if it was 5 or 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week? We've had a lot of clients say that they save us, the VA saves them 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week is a big deal when you're running a business of your personal time. So just have a think about that. Have a think about the tedious, the repeat tasks, because those are usually one of the absolute first places you need to start with thinking about what can a virtual assistant do. And you also need to start with what are you doing now? Because another slightly dangerous move would be to hire a virtual assistant and give them 10 new projects. Because even if they're good, you're going to have to be managing those projects at some level. And that adds things to you before anything else has been taken away. You need to protect your day. Your day comes first. So what are you doing in your day that someone could help with? Because that's where we start, and that's where we obsessively actually kind of stay until we've got to a really good place with releasing our day. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's the crux of what I wanted to talk about today. What can a virtual assistant do? And just give a bit more insight around that. Some of you might have felt today, okay, I talked about what a virtual assistant can do. This is really delegation mindset and the starting point for it. And there are different types of businesses. So some of you may say, yes, but Imogen, you didn't actually really give me specific tasks, and I would like specific tasks. So that's a big conversation itself. The good news is we have written some delegation guides. The first one of these you can get for free, and that is our mini essential delegation guide, and it has 50 tasks, 50 tasks you can delegate to a virtual assistant. And then there is a premium, there's an ultimate version, the ultimate delegation guide, which has 500 tasks you can delegate to a virtual assistant. If you get the free copy, it will explain how you can get the ultimate copy. We are also running an offer where you can get the ultimate delegation guide along with the virtual assistant from us. So we'll post another link, which is booking a call with us. If you're looking to get a virtual assistant from us, as well as the ultimate delegation guide, we will bundle those together. And please do book in a call. We'll speak to you more. We'll answer all your questions, etc. There's also some really great bonuses that I've put in there that will help people working with virtual assistants for the first time. So please book in. I'll grab your guide and you can start your delegation journey from that point. And then tomorrow I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk very specifically about how to give good instructions, and also I'm going to talk about why you need to give good instructions even though I know that you really don't want to spend any time on it. Okay, that's it. Have a great rest of the day and I'll see you tomorrow.